Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Here it is, another Hump Day. And I'm Dr. Valerie Renee Shepard coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery, having my tea from my favorite new cup, Heaven on Earth construction crew member. That would be me. Heaven on Earth construction crew, y'all. Yes, indeed. I do believe heaven can be in the earth. Heaven can truly be in the earth. Like that is what we're here to do. Create more heaven on earth. Like why wait till we transition off the planet? I want my heaven right here, right now. Heaven on earth, y'all. Shouting out to my sister girlfriend, the exquisite Jennifer Huff. This is a gift from her, The Wide Awakening Company. We do lots of fun things. I just got back from a retreat, which did some awakening in me, that's for sure. How are you today? Yay, we're midway through this week. Cette semaine, je suis pratiqué mon français. Alors, je veux parler français couramment. What I just said is I am practicing my French because I want to become fluent, a fluent speaker. More on that some other time. Good morning again. I'm Dr. Valerie Renee Shepard. This is the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. And today is the Hump Day Happy Chat because it's Wednesday morning. How are you doing out there and wherever you are, land? Well, it's Wednesday morning where I am. Whether it's Wednesday evening, Wednesday really in the morning, or Wednesday afternoon, wherever you are, many blessings and love are coming out to you. The Hump Day Happy Chat is one of the things that I do as a part of the Hartley Center to give you some tips and tools and hashtag life hackings to help you live a more fun, peaceful, fulfilling, vibrant, high vibration life. Why? Because why not? Why not live at a totally high vibration where you get to make things happen? You get to be the causal nature in your life in a very big, very beautiful way. Why not that? I'm looking at my phone, checking for the live here because I want to check in and see who's here with me. So here's what you can do. If you're here live, I see at least one of you beautiful peoples out there. Type in what's your favorite thing to do on a Wednesday afternoon. What's your favorite thing to do on any Wednesday afternoon? And don't say work, not what you have to do. What's your favorite thing to do? If you could wave a magic wand and just paint the world exactly as you want it, what is it that you want? Launch that rocket ship of desire and let me know what it is that you want to have more of. Okay, so here we are, Hump Day Happy Chatting. We be chatting, y'all. So the Hartley Center, we're all about self-mastery. Self-mastery, there are 3 pillars to self-mastery: self-awareness, self-acceptance, and self-love. What do they add up to? Self-mastery is about mastering you in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way. And I guarantee you, your life is bringing you lots of things your way. And what's it all for? What's it all about? That's what we talk about in the Hump Day Happy Chats. Why do things show up? Why do I have to deal with certain things a certain way? How can I get through this? Get over it. Get superiority over it. I see you coming in. Thanks for being here. Many blessings to you. Yes, indeedy. That's what it's all about. So happiness, everybody wants happiness. When I wrote my book and I did a lot of research on what the state of affairs and happiness was, and it seemed like no matter what, everybody wanted more of it. No matter how much I had, I wanted more. It was a deep pit of desire. Not a pit of desire, but a pit, like a big thing inside me that wanted to be filled, wanted to be completely full, and I wanted to be rolling around in the juicy goodness of it. How about you? Rolling around in some juicy goodness? Does that sound good? It does to me, especially if that juicy goodness is whipped cream. That's a definitely different discussion. So this is an opportunity for me to share some perspective on where happiness really comes from. I was taught a lot of things about happiness, and when I chased after them for a couple of decades, well into my 40s, it just wasn't turning out that way. I was working and proving and striving and struggling and trying and working and proving and striving. I was doing it over and over and over again, and I didn't like my results. I didn't like the way I felt about my life. I didn't like the way I felt about who I was being in my life. I was having a lot of fun. Things were going very well. I was making a lot of money, and something just felt empty. It's like have you ever had one of those, like, I call it a shallow victory? It's like, woohoo, I'm on the top of the mountain, but I don't know. The excitement about being on the top of the mountain lasts for just a few minutes. And that's what it is. That kind of quote unquote happiness is not really happiness. It's just the momentary excitement that comes from what I talk about in my book as the false elixirs of feel good. False elixirs of feel good, meaning these things gave me really good feelings in the moment, and they weren't the real, and they were great. Don't get me wrong. It's great to be at the top of the mountain, whatever your mountain is. It's great to have the things that you want. For me, it was sushi, champagne, and lots of good times with friends. It's great to have all that stuff. And that's not really what true, lasting, deep happiness is about. That's not where fulfillment comes, even if I could have those things every single day. Eventually, in fact, I'd get bored with that. And probably so would you. Because it's empty. You'd want to see where the fullness of your joy and your peace and your happiness might lie. And so that's what this is about. That's what the Hump Day Happy Chat is about. So I've got a couple little housekeeping things. You're invited. I invite you to come on over and join me and a few other people in the Bliss Collective. It's a private group on Facebook that I host, and my team and I share all kinds of tips and tools and tricks and perspective. We keep high vibration inside the group to try to teach you how to keep high vibration inside the instrument of life that you are. High vibration living from the inside out is how you create the lasting happiness that you choose to seek. And this is the kind of happiness that exists regardless of what's going on with you, with the ups and downs, regardless of what's going on out there, regardless of who said what, regardless of how they're being. Like, those things are still a part of your life, and you don't just ignore them, you notice them. This isn't Pollyanna happiness. So we notice the things going around us and we engage. And yet, they have no power. They do not have superiority over my conscious intention, my own will, otherwise known as my sovereignty, your sovereignty over you in your life. Juicy. So you're invited. Facebook.com/groups/the Bliss Collective. Facebook.com/groups/the Bliss Collective. We're a community on a mission to create more peace, love, joy, and freedom on the planet, starting with ourselves. For more peace to erupt on the planet, the people of the planet need to be more peaceful within themselves and toward each other. And so we are going to role model that behavior in all aspects of our lives and create a ripple effect from our hearts to many all over the place. When you're in the Bliss Collective, we have this thing called Ask Valerie Fridays. So you can ask Dr. Valerie questions and I will answer. And if it's a a sensitive topic, you can just PM me and I'll change the names and put out an answer that doesn't identify you. And when you apply the teachings, you get to share and let other people know, hey, I tried this and this is how it worked for me. And then we get to all integrate, answer each other, share, create a vortex of love and a spiral upward into our consciousnesses, into our respective consciousnesses. I'm grammatically correct. And you know what's going on right now over there in the Bliss Collective? A 7-day grow in self-mastery, flow into bliss challenge to have more peace, love, joy, and freedom. We do a 7-day challenge once a month, gives you an opportunity to really go for it. Really go for it. And I'd love for you to come over and play with us in the challenge as well. And so without further ado, and if you want to check out the challenge, it's tinyurl.com self-mastery challenge. Really easy. tinyurl.com /self-mastery challenge. So I have been noticing. So one of the things that I teach all the time is we, you, me, we have to, and I do say have to, we have to notice ourselves in our lives. We have to notice who we're being. You can't get to self-awareness, which is one of the pillars of self-mastery, without even looking at you, without even noticing, oh, did I just say that? Did I just do that? Where did that come from? Why do I always do it this way? What's up with me? Why am I feeling this? It's important. One of the most important foundational aspects or behaviors of you as a mastery involved person is curiosity. Not curiosity about them, not curiosity about that. It's about, how am I this way? Where did I learn this? Why am I still doing this to myself, let alone to others? Why am I choosing to be the way that I am choosing to be, the way that I am showing up? So noticing is very important. You'll hear me talk about it a lot. And I notice a lot about myself. Continuing on my own journey of self-mastery, continuing on my own journey of growing in my ability to be the highest vibration sovereign being that I can, to be choosing from a high vibration. I know that I can choose. I'm also aware of how much in my life I didn't have the discernment to notice that I was choosing from very low vibration places, from resentment, from shame, from guilt, from sadness, from anger, from punishment, from hate, from rage, from disgust, from frustration, from overwhelm, from fear. Nothing's wrong with any of those states. They're a natural part of the unfoldment of one's life. And wanting to notice helps you get better at making choices that take you to the higher vibration, happiness that you want to live. So in this place of noticing, what I notice with me, and I still notice it, I dance with this idea of I can be incredibly impatient. Impatient with myself, impatient with others, impatient with the way life is unfolding. I notice that as soon as I get someplace that I want to go, like let's say I'm in an effort to release excess weight. I'm releasing weight from my life, not just my physical body, but from my life. And I notice that it's not going the way I want it to. It's not going fast enough. I've got piles everywhere. And it's not going fast enough. And I feel impatient. As soon as I get somewhere, oh, I made it. I'm wanting to get somewhere else. I'm on a race, in a race, against time. What is that? That's a race you can't win. Ever thought about that? This race, wanting to move to the next place as soon as I get there. Okay, I'm here. Now what? Okay, we made it. Now, some of this has really shown up. I'm conditioned. Part of my experience has been in corporate America. We do a lot of future projecting so that we can stay ahead of what might be coming in the business. So that exacerbates it. If you do any of that in your life, if you're a student and you're looking at, well, how am I going to graduate in 4 years? Or you're in a 2-year institution and you're looking at, how am I going to organize my classes? And you've got to figure out which ones you're going to take now so that you can make sure you have the right ones. We're constantly doing our lives that way. And if you just got engaged, you're looking at, okay, when is the horizon for the marriage? Like we're constantly. And this isn't saying that we never look forward. We never get somewhere and look at, okay, so what more is possible? I have these calls with people who are on my challenges. What more is possible? It's a both and equation, not either or, both and. How can I experience my life and my life's trajectory and my life's unfoldment without taking on the energy? Stress breeds cortisol in the body, Valerie. Oh yeah, that may be why I'm not able to lose belly fat. It's coming from me, not necessarily what I eat, chomp, chomp, chomp with my teeth. What I eat in my emotions, in my mental mind. Where am I trying to go and why? What are you trying to get accomplished and why? We're hurrying through our lives to get to the next piece. But why? Why isn't this piece yummy enough? What if it could stay so yummy that you just wanted to play in this piece for a really long time? So what I've noticed is that we can often think that what's going on in this piece just isn't enough. It's not the stuff. It isn't. It's not. Especially if we're dealing with debilitating things. If we're dealing with job loss and wondering how we're going to pay the bills. If we're dealing with human loss. People are leaving the planet and I'm not ready for that. I don't want them to leave. I don't want my son or my daughter or my parent or my godmother or my shouting out to my dear friend Sherry, who's lost both of her bonus parents in the last few months. Sending you love, my dear friend. What about that? What about that? What if we could relax even in the midst of those things? Like, are we the people who are watching a movie that's an hour and 51 minutes and we're so wanting it to be over, not because it's not a good movie, but because we've decided that 2 hours is a long time. Oh my God, a movie is 2 hours long. And we want to get to the good part. Are you a person who sometimes fast forwards, especially now when you can see the scenes as they unfold while you're fast forwarding and you're like, or it's a battle and it goes on for a long time and you're fast forwarding through the battle? Anyone willing to raise their hand? I am, because I don't particularly like too many gory battles, and I like Viking movies and I like stuff from the Middle Ages, and some of that can be gory. So if it's a long battle, I'm like, meh, I don't need to see all the battle. So that's different than just, okay, this is taking too long, let's get to the punchline. Do you get impatient when people are telling you stories? I do. Could you please hurry up? And then I have to, why? What is going on? Who is that voice? Who just said that? Who's the one who wants to rush through everything? Why am I doing that to myself? Why are you doing it to yourself? Curious. Are we people who want to rush through a 2-hour movie because it's way too long, wanting to know how it's going to end? Are we somebody who gets into a relationship and we're dancing and having fun, but then we hit this point where we got to know where it's going? and we got to put a label on it. Like, what is this? What are we calling this? And you want to have a conversation so we can mutually agree on how we're going to characterize the dynamics of what's happening in this moment. So we know where we are on the timeline of what this thing is becoming. Not saying that's bad, not saying that's wrong. Just asking. That was me, always wanting to define it so that I knew where I stood relative to the definition. Then, why did I want to know that? Because it's a protection device. Knowing is a protection device. Hear me now without your ears. If you notice that you need to know things, when you dig below the surface of the why do I need to know all this, way before it's really important, you might find that you're afraid of what might happen if you don't know. So in one of my examples, not knowing, like in a corporate environment, meant maybe I didn't deserve to be a vice president. Maybe I didn't deserve to have that big office, that big team, all those brands reporting to me. Maybe I didn't. So not being able to answer a question was dangerous to me. So I thought, to my well-being, to my ability to provide for my household. So you have to be able to notice, A, I'm not liking questions. B, I'm reacting a certain way. C, doesn't go well for me after that reaction. D, I wonder what's going on here. I wonder why I'm being this way. Where did it come from and what do I really want? And is this behavior of mine? Forget about those others. Is this behavior of mine supporting me to have that which I truly, in my heart level, know that I desire? My rocket ships of desire that I'm launching into the universe and wanting to come to fruition. Am I supporting them? So what if you could relax? As someone who's in the remedial class of learning what relaxation really is, who has spent years, umpty-ump hours, as my mom would say, umpty-ump hours, sorting through my experience of relaxation and what that really is. And so far, I got a little bit learned, and it's still in the play zone. There's the symbol. When I've done live events, when I've been on stage and there's a stage manager, some people telling me what's coming next, and I'm watching for instructions about if the next person's ready for what they're going to do. And it goes like this. And usually there's a face that's like, ugh. And the face is telling me that the hand motions are telling me, the hand symbols are telling me stretch, stretch. Not exactly a relaxing moment, especially when I think I'm done. Stretch. What does that mean? Stretching out what I have to say, using more time, taking up more space, using more time. So what if? What's the what if here? What if in this space of dancing in the unknown, where the greatest number of possibilities lie, did you hear that? The unknown is the space where the greatest number of possibilities are still possibilities, because I haven't anchored in on the one I choose, the one I predict, the one I forecast. As soon as I do that, all the other possibilities fade from my awareness in this current moment. What if we could slow everything down and live our lives like we're in a multi-part series? Now, yes, I am very much a person who binge watches multi-part series. Now that we have that capability technologically, Now that networks produce an entire series and plunk it down somewhere so you can watch it all, I sometimes enjoy it so much that I watch it all. And there are other times when I stop myself. I'm just going to take one bite today. And then I'm going to continue on and leave the next bite for another time. What if we could live our lives that way, like a multi-part series? You're still the star of the series. So you're calling the shots. You're the producer. You're the director. You are the exquisite superstar. You are the superstar in your own series. What about making the phases of your life just episode 1, season 1? I'm noticing that we're in such a hurry to move through things. The idea is not moving through it and getting rid of it. It's learning to dance inside the situation. Learning, what is the situation teaching me? What is it here to support me with? How is it supplying me with all that I need to be the highest and best version of myself? What if we were willing to see that this episode of my life, even if I don't like it, I'm in an episode of my life that today is, okay, that in a couple of weeks, let's say 6 weeks, will be a 7-year episode at a macro level. Within that 7 years, there have been some interesting little episodics that launched off of different pieces of it. But for the most part, the macro episode of that aspect of my life has gone on for 7 years. I know people who've been in this episode in their lives with different situational dynamics, and it went on for 12 years. And then things resolved completely. Imagine that. So what if you could say, I'm just still in episode 1. I don't know if I need to go to episode 2 yet. I'm still learning and enjoying and dancing and struggling and dancing some more and laughing and playing in episode 1. And hey, I might be like Law and Order and have 25 seasons or 25 years of multiple seasons. What's going on here? What more is possible? And then you get to episode 2, and it's not the same as episode 1, not the same duration, not the same kinds of things. There's something different about that episode that is for you. It's happening for you. For you to have the things you want in the life that you are creating, consciously co-creating with the universe. That's the power that you have. So what would be the stages within episode 2? Would you be curious? Or would you be impatient? Would you be willing to slow your roll? Unfold as a multi-year episodic rather than making it a snapshot. Are you living by snapshots instead of creating an epic album? That's the title of this Hump Day Happy Chat. Are you trying to live in snapshots? Quick, quick, quick. Now there are things in our lives that are built to help us be quick. And a sovereign being doesn't just respond to the situational dynamics. I don't just become a snapshot because everything in the world is allowing that to be true. Turn off your phone. Go through a day or 2 or 3 or a week without your phone. Ha ha. Wonder if your life would slow down then. Would you even be able to get out of the panic long enough to notice how your life is unfolding? So when I look up lifetime, what is a lifetime? Dictionary.com, Merriam-Webster, all of them. The duration of a person's life used to express the view that a period is very long. Could you live a lifetime in a day? An amount of an accumulated experiential aspect of life. It's also used to express the view that a period is a long time. Could we think of a long time as positive? I have forever and a day to figure this out. I have forever and a day to drop deeper into my heart. And yes, I'm aware Some things come with expiration dates. You've got to finish your exams at a certain time in order for the grades to count. We have to get through a certain period at work in order for the next period to begin. I get it, been there, done that. It's great. And I'm talking about the constitutional aspect of you that allows you to go through those dynamics in your life with more peace, more love, more joy, more freedom, more happiness. If you're understanding what I'm saying, if you're resonating with what I'm saying, do me a favor, put in the comments, hashtag I'm with you. It's nice to see those comments. I'm with you. I'm doing this for you and for me. So what if we could make peace with our lives unfolding and with us being in our lives? What if we stopped measuring everything? Here's a ruler. How long has it been since you've seen one of these? Yes, I have a nice, beautiful wooden it's an 18-inch ruler. Woohoo! In our lives. Like why? Like measuring between me and the next thing. When is the healing going to finish? One of my favorite ones to be impatient about is, when am I going to have romance? Favorite things to be impatient about. Not really, but I do get impatient about it a lot. What if we could put all our measurers down? I have these watches to measure my blood pressure, measure my footsteps, measure my heart rate, measure my sleeping. We're getting into the space of being so focused on the distance between points. How do I get from here to there? And the interesting thing about measuring the distance between points, it's not good or bad or right or wrong. We need to be measuring sometimes, is that it can trigger within us this idea that if we're not further along, if we haven't closed the gap, then there must be something wrong with us. There must be something going wrong in our lives. It's not happening the right way. It's not unfolding properly. What if we were able to be truly comfortable in the here and now, exactly as it is, even knowing, not really digging exactly how it is, and being willing to say, as I lean into my yes of my rocket ship of desire for the better, for the better place I'm going, as I lean into my yes for my rocket ship of desire, can I also be a yes? Thank you. Accepting exactly what is. It's a rainy day, it's a sunny day, it's a cloudy day. My friends are here, my friends are not here, my friends are far away, my friends have left the planet. It's very noisy, it's not so noisy, it's very peaceful. I love where I live, not so much. The people I live, not so much. The neighbors, not so much. I would like to live somewhere else. My job, I lost my job, I have my job, I'm getting a new job, I make a lot of money, I don't make any money, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm here for, I don't know what my purpose is. What if all of those things, whatever states of existence those are, what if we saw them as just unfoldments? They're unfolding. They're snapshots within the epic album that we're creating of our life, and we're not living the snapshot. We're living the epic album. So this snapshot comes together with other snapshots, and we create an epic album that we get to choose as the sovereign causal nature in our lives. What if, blow my mind, woohoo, what if it is, what if? The outcome depends on the conditions and how I respond to the conditions as they unfold. Truth be told, quantumly, metaphysically, I chose the dynamics before I incarnated into this body. What the? Quantumly, So one of the things to resolve this is to maybe stop thinking of this idea of a journey. I love that life is a journey. Yeah. And I know that when I'm on a journey, it's about getting from point A to point B. And so I'm like, okay, let's get to point A, point B. I want the most direct route, no detours. People who drive with me long distances know that I don't really want to stop for anything. I've been known to drive a good 6 or 7 hours without stopping except for gas. Like I just want to roll. That's great driving down the road. Is it great in our lives? Could it even not be so great driving down the road? Like, what am I missing because I'm not allowing myself to stop viewing my life as a snapshot that I need to keep adding snapshots to and know that I'm creating this epic album? So if we stop thinking of life as this journey, getting from point A to point B, the definition of journey is the act of traveling from one place to another, getting somewhere, traveling somewhere. I'm trying to get somewhere. What if we shifted our thinking to make life is a walkabout? What if it's just a walkabout? What if it's just a wandering? What if life is a walkabout through different situations and experiences with different people at different times on this epic unfoldment of me, ascending to my highest potential in my life? What if? Does your heart open up? Do you feel yourself relax into it? Do you slow down a little? I notice myself slowing down when I think about wandering, when I think about getting there when I get there. I notice myself relaxing my grip. I notice myself noticing what's around me in my surroundings. Noticing that I feel more relaxed just sitting, doing no thing. Yeshua taught you need do no thing, nothing. You need do no thing to be loved by the divine, the Most High. You need do no thing, nothing. So if you are doing the impatient dance, if you are doing the snapshotting of your life, oh, quick, click a picture, move on, time to go. If you're doing that to yourself and through your life, what do you do about it? How do you notice your hurried, harried pace through everything and resolve to create an epic album, an epic unfoldment as it unfolds? So here are the things that I'm trying, that I'm noticing are really helping me gain more peace and faith and joy in the stages, taking however long they take. And I'm really noticing it. I am right where I'm supposed to be, and this is hallowed ground. This is holy territory. Why? Because I'm in it, and I am a holy being. As image and likeness, as integrated human, spiritual, magnificent essence, I am wholly holy. WHOLLY, HOLY. I am wholly holy, and so are you. So in this effort, in this commitment to experience the fullness of every moment, the fullness of the now moment, Couple things to do. I bet you know what the first one is. Ha ha ha, breathe. When I notice myself in impatience and I notice myself like frantically, I'll be sitting here at the desk and I look at the time and I'm like, where am I supposed to be? Even when I'm trying to relax, even when I'm doing rehab, even when I'm meditating. When I notice, take a breath, deep breath. Put your hand on your belly. Feel your belly expand. That way you know that you're going deep. You're not doing shallow, top of the lung breathing. Deep breathing. Breathe a couple deep breaths. Check back in. I usually notice my shoulders drop. I can get a little tension in my forehead. I notice my cheekbones, my muscles at my jaw. I notice things relaxing. If I don't feel like I'm getting enough relaxation, do a couple more deep breaths, see what happens. I do a body scan, bringing in conscious relaxation thoughts. Top of my shoulders, relax. Chest, relax. Back, relax. Release, let go. Abdomen, where many people hold a lot of stress, a lot of fear, a lot of tension. Abdomen releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Deep breath, legs relax in my chair. Knees and hips relax. Lower leg relax. Feet relax. Release. Let go. So you do a body scan. You aid yourself, you help yourself to a deeper relaxed state. Notice in the relaxed state, what's your relationship with that idea that you have to move, that you're not in the right place. So sometimes for me, it comes back up. Okay, enough of this relaxation. Okay, if that happens to you, that's okay. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's not bad. Just is some conditioning that you're used to doing. You just get to give yourself a new way of being. It's all up to you. So then I ground, like let's ground into the present moment. You become connected to nature. That can help you ground. Even touching wood. I have a wood desk. I have wood bookshelves. That was on purpose. I have a wood file cabinet. I connect to wood, which is a way that I ground myself, in my higher self. Grounding into the Mother Earth, grounding deeply into my lower chakras, while I also tether myself to the heavens, the upper realms. So I ground, I get curious. Why am I in such a hurry? So when I notice that I'm impatient and I'm in a hurry because time is running out, I'm running out of time, then I get to shift my relationship with time. Time is within me. It moves as me. That's my new thing. It's my latest thing from my experience with Jennifer. Time is in me. There's no running against it. It moves where I move, as I move. So when I slow down, guess what? Time does too. Why am I in such a hurry? Why are you in such a hurry? Deal with that first. And then the last thing I'll say might be helpful to you is to consciously choose to journal the concept of wandering as you in your life. What does a wander through your undergrad degree look like? If you were wandering instead of trying to get from point A to point Z, would you maybe take a course that has nothing to do with where you think you're going to see what fun it holds for you? Would you take a night off from studying and worrying about getting that perfect 4.0 or whatever because you think your employer is going to give a darn about your GPA? Note to you, I hired lots of people in my career and I never, ever, 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 ever asked them what their GPA was. That doesn't mean you shouldn't think about it, but maybe if you wandered, you might release the thoughts for a little bit to go see what's beautiful over here that wants to get your attention. Maybe you want to take a flower arranging class. Maybe you want to take an improv comedy class. That's what I did. Maybe you want to go to a laughter yoga experience on the beach. That's where I'm going on Friday. What would happen if you wandered through your career and instead of working your butt off, never taking time off, missing time with family so that you get the next promotion and get more money, what if you looked at what would happen if I really just spent some time with the family? What new things would come up? If instead of trying to rush your relationship to a conscious point of where it's going to be what you want it to be, what if you just wandered through it? I don't know. What's going on in this relationship? When's the last time we did this or that or this or that? When's the last time we just sat and read the paper together? Sipping on tea out of our favorite mug. Feeling gratitude that we make a darn good cup of tea. What about that? Wander so that you can live an epic album. Create your life as these epic periods of give and take with the universe, of noticing what you notice, of growing in your self-mastery, of deepening your self-awareness and raising your consciousness so that you can create the life of joy that you really want to live. That's it. These are getting a little bit longer and longer. Each day I come on to the Hump Day Happy Chat and I'm just so sure I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, but then spirit moves and things come through and they feel like they have to be said. Like spirit wants these things to be said. And so I am I'm on the bicycle built for two on the back seat, and I'm happy to be led, and I'm happy to be me, and I'm offering these things to help you be happy to be me too. Your own version of happy to be me. So we're coming to the end of this segment of the Hump Day Happy Chat. Thank you so much for being here. Come on over to the Bliss Collective. Private message me if you want some private interaction. I'll see what more might be possible. And I always close the Hump Day Happy Chat with the Karanaya Metta Sutta, the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha. May all beings be peaceful. Wow, big wave of energy just came with that. Whew. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. We're dancing in our true nature of peace, love, joy, and freedom. Freedom from the hurried, harried ideas of how we have to live in order to get somewhere on the journey. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free. And remember, all beings always includes you. Many blessings. Thanks for being here with me. Lots of love and light. Hump Day Happy Chat from the Hartley Center, signing off. Bye now.